Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to focus on a lot of hidden debris, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Rachel, aka the Nail Therapist. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at a client of mine who is overdue for a cleaning. So there's going to be a lot of extensive, detailed sidewall cleaning, nail shaping, all that fun stuff. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I go by the Nail Therapist, and if you like my channel, please subscribe. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, a little bit about myself. My name is Rachel. I live in Leesburg, Virginia. I own a nail studio that focuses on the health of the nails and the feet. I use only non-toxic and organic ingredients in all of my products. So I try to do everything I can to help you restore the health of your nails without increasing your toxic load. I have been working on problematic feet for probably close to 5 years now, but I've been licensed in doing nails for almost 18. And so I've seen thousands and thousands of feet. This particular client is her first visit with me. And so she has a little bit of overgrown nails. Her nails are relatively healthy though, nothing really crazy going on. Her large toenail, you can see there's a little bit of detachment right there in the middle, but we're going to take the nail down quite a bit so that it is a lot more manageable. And you can see it also has a really deep C curve. So one of the things I talked with her about is trying to flatten her nail if she does have any issues with the curve itself. Some people don't have any pain, there's no pinching or anything like that, so they just leave it alone, which is totally fine. You will see though, as I go through the pedicure, that I often have to come back to trim the nails at the corners because of how deep her C curves are. You have to be really careful to make sure you get to all the way to the sidewall when you are trimming the nail, so that you don't leave a spike and increase your chances of developing an ingrown toenail. For those of you who have been following me for a while, I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've been able to put out a video. We just went on vacation. We spent a week out in California with some family, and we took the kids to Disneyland. And so the last week was just a complete non-starter. I didn't do any work at all. And then before that, it was just super crazy busy. The summer's getting ready to start. Our school lets out this Friday, and then the kids will be in camp. I will be working, and so it's going to be hard still to try and find time to do video editing, but I will do my best to try and get some out there because I have so many videos that I need to edit, but I just haven't had the time. Plus, I'm still working on getting my online course fully ready to put out there. I have about 75 to 80% of it done, and it's ready. It's uploaded. It's ready to be viewed, but I have to finish the last couple bits of it for it to be complete. So honestly, the course is my top priority. I really just want to get that finished before I do anything else. So after doing the initial sidewall sweeping with the sidewall cleaner, I take the tapered barrel by Erica's ATA, the diamond bit barrel, and I do the bulk of the cuticle clearing. With that, I also clean off some of the dry, hard skin around the nails as well. This bit is amazing. You can get 10% off if you are also a nail tech and you want to, or you do things at home and you have an e-file and you want 10% off on some really high quality bits. Go to Erica's ATA and you can use code REVIVE10 and save 10%. But this is my favorite bit to do the cuticle clearing without taking off any thickness of the nail. It's very, very gentle. Another update I want to give you is that for those of you who have been suggesting that I invest in a different camera, I bought a camera. It's a camcorder and a new ring light that's bigger. I haven't set it up yet because I had to find some tools to do it. So, and I got it right before vacation. But my plan is to try and get it into my space this week to see if it will work. I have to figure out how to use the camcorder because, like you probably all seen me mention, I know nothing about cameras and apertures and exposure times and all the things that, you can, you know, mess around with. I don't know anything about that stuff. And I don't really have that much interest in it. So I don't really find myself focusing on much time to learn it, but I need to figure it out. So bear with me. I'm doing the best I can. I'm spending a little extra time here on the large toenail because you can tell that it's a little bit discolored and it's a little bit ridged. So I'm using just very gentle pressure across the top of the nail to sort of smooth out that nail plate so that it's not so ridged. Because we will be polishing her toenails later. One thing I've never talked about on my videos is how to file correctly. So I take a lot of time to file the nail. I'm not very fast with it because I want it to look a certain way. And so when I clip the toenails, I leave a little bit of the free edge left because I know I'm going to go back in with the nail file, and I still want to leave about a sliver, like a little sliver of free edge, a little sliver of white. I don't want to get so close to the skin that it hurts the client. So you leave a little sliver of white when you're filing, and you'll see that when I start to file, I almost come in underneath the nail at a 45 to 50 degree angle, and then as I file across, I go up to about a 90 degree angle when I get to the length that I want it to be. I also come into the corner a bit, underneath the corner as well, and along the side, because you don't want any sharp corners, and you want the sidewalls to be filed straight down too. So you want to be careful that you don't angle the corners down into the sidewalls, because that can lead to issues and pain as the nail grows out. But you want to come in flat at the top and sort of just very gently curve the corner of the nail and make sure you get all the way to the side of the nail. You don't want to leave any nail untouched on your way to the sidewall. And sometimes even after all of that, depending on how curled or curved the nail is, you have to go in there and snip some of the corner out even still and do a little bit extra filing, which you probably will see me do later on in the pedicure. You may notice that the big toenail especially has a little bit of an orange discoloration. You will see that after buffing, most of that discoloration will become will be gone. It's just the staining of the top few layers of the nail, those dead cells from previous polishes, can just leave a stain. So that goes away, but there is a little bit of like a yellowish, sort of brownish yellowish tinge in underneath the nail as well. And that is due to an accumulation of dead skin and debris. So you'll see after we're done doing all of the deep cleaning that her nail will look completely healthy. It will not have any discoloration to it at all. So here we are on the other foot, and as you can see, I forgot to refocus the camera. So we're going to skip ahead to when the camera refocuses. So we're missing out on all of the initial snipping and cuticle clearing and cleaning. So sorry about that. That was my bad. In this nail is you're going to see a good example of me doing the filing. I had already snipped the length off, now we're filing, and we have to go back in because there's a deep sidewall and then my file can't quite get to the edge. So we go back in with the nippers and pull out that last little bit. See, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a little bit of a piece of nail that was still kind of in the skin almost. And I'm going to just do the other side as well to make sure that one's doing okay. But that's what I'm talking about with making sure that you get all the way to the sidewall. And then now I can go back in with the file and do the fine tuning. So it's probably summer break for most of you people already out there, I would assume. Do you guys have any plans for summer vacation this year? Are you going anywhere? Are you doing anything fun? Tell me what your plans are in the comments. I want to know. My apologies again, guys. I was not paying attention to how well this was framed, and so I'm a little bit out of the shot here, but not for long. I'm going to be moving the feet in just a few minutes, I think. But you'll be able to see the rest of the toes, so at least you got that. You guys, I'm the worst. I was talking to this client really a lot. She and I got along really well, so I was not paying attention to the video camera. Sorry, guys. I try to do better, and then I forget myself, and I'm in the moment, and I don't pay attention sometimes. So I think I have a little bit of ADD issues, but I think really I just focus on the client, and I'm not really focused in on what the camera is doing. Okay, so we're back at the first foot. This foot has been soaking for just a couple of minutes. And so I'm using the sidewall cleaner to try and gently remove some of the debris. Um, and I get some of it, but I can tell that there's a lot of tightness underneath the nail, and I don't want to cause any discomfort. So I get out what I can, and then I'm going to add a couple more drops of the sachet cuticle softener right there, so that as I go back and work on the other toes, by the time I get back to the big toe, everything will be dissolved a little bit more and easier to remove. Here you can see the yellowish orangish sort of discoloration along the corners of the nail. And all of that, believe it or not, is going to be due to the impacted material underneath the nail. So I made the interesting decision to file her foot and do that stuff first so I can put her foot back in the water and have her nails soak even longer. And then when I come back to that foot again before I do the massage, I'll clean out the nail again. So you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer to see that. You're going to catch a little hint of what's trapped underneath that nail as I snip here, and you can see right in that corner how much stuff is just trapped in that little divot where the nail was sitting. If you feel like you have pain in the sides of your nails, it may not be an ingrown toenail. It may be like this lady here who just had tons and tons of dead skin just impacted underneath the corners of her nail. And once that is all taken out, it is so relieving and you don't have any pain anymore. So I would advise you to seek out somebody who can do a cleaning like this first if you have toenail pain to see if that is what's truly going on. This is the Foot Logic Seaweed Scrub. It has micro pumice, um, like almost crystals in it. I don't use anything with a sugar or a salt base because it's a little bit messy, and I find that the Foot Logic Scrub smells really good and it feels really good. It's very gentle, but it does a great job. It leaves the skin hydrating too because it has shea butter in it. So my clients really love it. All right, so here we are back at the original foot. This is the one that's extra got curled, and so I'm using the ingrown or ingrown toenail rasp to get up underneath the nail a little bit more and dig out some of the really stubborn pieces of skin debris that are underneath there. Um, it's not painful. We're not trying to stab anybody, but it does a better job in those more rigid, deeply curled nails than the sidewall lifter with the spoon ends. After all the maintenance, I'm ready to hydrate and massage. So the bottom of the feet get the Renew Healing Balm as long as they don't have any really intense drying or calloused skin. Then the rest of the leg gets the homemade body butter that I make at home, and they can choose to mix in essential oil. I have about 8 to choose from. The healing balm is also something I make. You can find that on my website at revivenailstudio.com. It's all natural, 100% natural, mostly organic ingredients, and it's super softening. It's great for dry, cracked skin, and if you have any kind of cracks or you know torn cuticles or just a slight, maybe a minor burn, or it's great for tattoo healing, anything like that. It's very soothing and it actually speeds the healing quite a bit. I've had many people tell me. I had one person put on an infected ear where she had an earring. It was the hole was infected, and she tried all kinds of other stuff, and nothing worked. And she put on some of the balm, and within a couple of days, it was healed up. So there's power in plants. Coming up in just a second are the before and afters with the nail polish. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me today. Hope you had a great time, and I will see you again next video, hopefully not too long from now. Have a wonderful day.